100% back yet?
I'm back. That's all I can really say. I'm back.
What was working so well for you there tonight on both ends of the floor?
I feel like just getting confident and getting downhill. It was opening up the court not only for me but for my teammates, and we was able to get whatever we want. We would just play with pace and get downhill and not let the defense speed us up.
Rick, how important was Zakai's play, kind of orchestrating things on both ends of the floor?
Well, he really, in some ways, dominated the tempo, the flow of the game in terms of what he did. I mean, the four steals were big in terms of disrupting them, but he did. He really. You look at his line. I mean, it's a great line, and you look at the fact that he got his players involved. He knew what he needed to do as teammates, and but it was our defense. You know, the older guys closed it out at the end with their defense. But he was terrific tonight, playing the most minutes he's played all year. And what did he get? 30. How many did he play?
38.
38. That's probably about 30 too many for him, but we'll let him do it if he does that.
He's still not 100% back yet?
Do I think he's 100% physically? I don't know if I'd say that. He's close. He knows he's close, but mentally he's definitely 100% back.
Just talk about the physicality of the game. Seemed like both teams kind of thrived on the play and that physical play. Y'all talk about that and just kind of how that went for y'all.
I feel like the physicality of the game. We just knew that we couldn't blame anything on the refs, and we just had to play our own game, and that was just that. We had to stay solid on defense, not try to use too much hands, but stay solid on defense like how we know how to play, and just believe in that we really the best defense in the country by just staying in front of people and just disrupting them without fouling.
You talk about the close, 60-60, and then y'all defense really kind of came forward. You talk about the defense, especially down the stretch.
Yeah, well, we know that if we get a shot up and we don't make it, we can get a stop on the other end. So simple as that. That's what we know.
But you defensively just down the stretch,
Yeah, that's what we hang our hats on. And so we knew that, in crunch time, that's what we had to be able to rely on, and I was proud of how we executed at the end.
Josiah, obviously that second half against Georgia Southern, Rick wasn't happy about that post-game. Tonight, kind of having to bring your own energy, weird location, weird start time, and not a huge crowd. Do you feel like you all as veterans handled that situation better this time around?
I definitely do, and obviously there's things we have to work on. Basketball is a game of runs, but I feel like we responded for 40 minutes, and that's why we were able to come out on top. We knew it was going to be a tough game, a physical game, and I was just proud of how everybody played on both ends of the floor.
What worked so well for you tonight, especially you hit 2 or 3 really big shots when they made a run and you kind of answered there? What was working well for you?
Yeah, just my teammates getting me in my spots, shooting the ball with confidence. My teammates and my coaches give me the ultimate confidence, and, I'm glad that the shots went down today.
Rick, how nice was it to see? I know you said yesterday they responded well in practice, but how nice was it to see that response to that second half against Georgia Southern translate to the game?
Well, I said the other night, I have so much confidence and respect in these guys, and it's their team. And they have been through a lot of games through the years. And the other night I wanted to get that game over with where it was no doubt where those younger guys could play. And the older guys know that I wasn't happy with them, but what they always do, they fixed it. They came out and we know that when we play teams like this, it's going to be a physical game, and these guys are used to it. And at the end, the neat part for me at the end, I thought their composure, their togetherness on the bench was terrific. They knew what they had to do. I have to say very little during the timeout. They know, and they both mentioned they're going to put it on their defense. And every guy we got out there is capable of making a shot, and he made a big one. Joe made a big one, and but we got the stops we needed.
Looked like Jonas was still under the weather, even though he tried to give it a go. What was that the case? And then what did you see from Tobey and JP getting thrown in there, trying to make up for him not being out there a ton?
Well, again, I do. Jonas was under the weather, and Jonas is a guy that he needs his reps in practice, and he didn't practice yesterday. And proud of Tobey. We got to get him involved more. I mean, you get him on that left block. That jump hook he had was great. Great play by him, and we probably have more confidence in Tobey, and he's gotten himself in some ways. But Jonas fought through it, but Tobey, and again, we put JP out there again. Think we needed some length, and even though it didn't seem like much, it again tried to drag it out to where Joe and Santi. We missed up on Joe's foul. We didn't know he had to. Right in the first half, we thought Santi had to, and that was our mistake. But really a great team win. And again, really proud. As much as I was disappointed in the older guys the other night, I'm that proud and more because playing a tremendous team. It plays hard, physical, aggressive. We came out and got it done.
What are your thoughts on Dalton right now and kind of where he's at these last couple of games?
Going to have to adjust, totally different level than he's ever played at, and he will, but he's seeing some things that he's never seen before, and he's going to see where teams are going to try to get physical with him, as teams have done the last couple games. Then they try to heavy gap him. They got up there on ball screens and hitting him hard where he was predetermined on what he was going to do before he got the ball, and that's normally not what he does, but he'll learn from it because he wants to. And what he's going to have to learn too is when he's not, and he doesn't have to press that hard on offense. If he'll guard, do that, because these guys, they want to get him the ball, and they'll get it to him where he needs it, as opposed to him thinking he's got to create something with it every time it touches his hand.
Was tonight a great example of Santi and Jemai playing their new role with not new role, but kind of fitting into the pieces that are here this year?
They want to win. I mean, you know, like Dalton. I mean, we're all hurting for. I mean, we know we need Dalton, and he'll help us. But you know what? We also knew he'd go through growing pains. I mean, I don't care as the season goes on and people start looking at analytics and scouting teams and go back and look. I mean, we know that's going to happen, and these guys will help him grow more than anything because I know he's got a lot of respect for him. But sometimes you got to hit rock bottom like this and look around and know that. One, he's got a great group with him that's pulling for him, and we know we need him, and they know, and everyone knows it. But as we move forward, it's about getting better, and I would say that with the other guys on our team too. I mean, we got guys on the bench that we eventually want to get them some playing time, but our schedule has been so brutal that we haven't been able to get those guys the minutes that we'd love to. But I mean, these two guys have played a lot of minutes this year, probably more than we probably like this time of year, but the games we've been in, we've had to go with the older guys, and they've gotten it done for us.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.